गजानन श्री गुरु यतीन्द्र राघवेंद्राय परम पूज्य अवतार अवधूत जगद्गुरु श्री दत्त गणपत सच्चिदानंद दत्ताजी श्री रामकृष्ण परमहंस महाराज शारदा माताये रमण महर्षि महाअवतार बाबाजी महाराज लाहिरी महाशय युक्तेश्वर गिरी महाराज योगानंद गौरंगनिताई चैतन्य महाप्रभु त्रैलिंग महाराज भेट नारायण सदाशिव ब्रह्मेंद्र महाराज आदि गुरु शंकराचार्य चंद्रशेखर सरस्वती महाराज नीम करोली बाबा महाराज नागजट जयलक्ष्मी माता जिल्लेलमुड़ी माता आनंदमाई अनघा समेत गुरुदत्त महाराज तारा माता की जय हो जय हो। श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजम शरणं प्रपद्ये। Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samastha Guru Mandali, today also Jayanama Guna Sankirtana has been blessed to continue satsanga as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga to relearn the autobiography of a yogi, wherein which our Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja and Samastha Guru Mandali and Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja blessed us to continue the relearning process of autobiography of a yogi through the chapter 4, my interrupted flight toward the Himalayas. So yesterday we have been blessed to relearn that Yogananda Maharaja was telling to Amar Mitter, one of his childhood friends or a high school friend, saying that would you like to accompany me to Himalayas? Of course, he said yes, and both have planned to go. And every precautionary step was taken so that the plan will not get interrupted, because his brother is acting as a detective, the vigilant brother who Ananta. So, brother Ananta, very, very, very cautiously, he is trying to halt or trying to create hurdles for not allowing our Yogananda Maharaja to go to Himalayas. And however, the mystic amulet, which we have relearned in the second chapter, My Mother's Death and Mystic Amulet, Yogda Maharaja was telling, like it was acting as a spiritual yeast and silently working. That means lot of positive energy is flowing within our Yogananda Maharaja. And of course, he also mentioned that I hoped to find amid the Himalayan snows the master whose face often appeared to me in visions. So, Yogda Maharaj also is instructing us to relearn that it is possible that Guru may appear in dreams, Guru may appear in physical form, and Guru may also appear while we are deeply meditating. That what Yogda Maharaj is instructing us to relearn. And as a custom, so we also have been relearned that father or his family, whole Yogda Maharaja family, has been transferred permanently to Calcutta. And however, we also have noticed that a patriarchal Indian custom, which was being believed since long, shouldn't say ages, since long time, it has been a custom where Brother Ananta got married and bride to live in our home. So bride, it's a custom that bridegroom will come to the bride house. However, most importantly, there is a small attic room where Yogda Maharaja used to meditate or engage in meditation deeply and prepare my mind for the divine search. So it also been told by Yogda Maharaja that spiritual practice should be continuous. It is not one day or 1 second, 1 minute practice. It has to be daily. It has to be not a routine. It has to be the first priority for any sadhaka or spiritual practitioner. And then Amar's carriage, Amar Mitter, of course, Yogda Maharaja was been telling us that the day was fully rainy and it was very inauspicious moment. However, hearing the wheels of Amar Mitter's carriage on the road, hastily he tied everything: blanket, pair of sandals, two loin clothes, one string, and and most importantly, Paramapuja Lahiri Mahashaya's picture and a copy of Bhagavad Gita. And most importantly, he also, Yogda Maharaja says that the bundle I threw from my third story window. So he thrown it onto the carriage, and he ran down the steps and passed my uncle who was buying a fish at the door. So he was asking uncle, who is very much engaged in buying fishes, but he is looking at 360 degrees. So immediately he could see one Yogda Maharaja running. So because he is very hastily, he was ran down the steps. So very fast. So immediately he turned to him and said, "What is this excitement, Mukunda?" Like that, he would have asked. So his gaze roved suspiciously over my person. In addition to he asking a question, he was also in a mood of acting as a detective, his uncle. So then the satsanga goes like this. So most importantly, a loincloth string of prayer beads. Every one of us know. So Shivarna wanted to show the prayer beads like this Yogda Maharaja also. Of course. So maybe very different. The beads. So now the satsanga continues like this. I gave him a non committal smile and walked to the lane. So, what does it mean? Uncle, actually, he should be very busy in buying fishes. But what he's doing? He is looking around 360 degrees and found out that Mukunda is running or running fast or walking very fast. So, he asked. So, Yogda Maharaja immediately he gave him a non-committal smile. If suppose if commitment takes place, what happens? Lot of time is wasted there. So Yogda Maharaja uncle, now he will be asking why you are running fast, what happened? Then Yogda Maharaja should stand there and say, uncle, something, something like that. Why all this? That is the reason a non-committal smile. Like that he he ran off and walked to the lane. He did not run, walked. So very seriously, non-committal smile. Like that, he gone. Retrieving my bundle, I joined Amar with conspiratorial caution. No, sis, this is very important. So retrieving my bundle because he threw it from the third story building from the window. Just imagine. Now, what did Yogda Maharaja does? Retrieving my bundle, he took it into his arms or the packed item. I joined Amar with a conspiratorial caution. So very, very cautious say. He was telling through gestures. We drove to Chandni Chowk. So immediately they started going to Chandni Chowk. Chandni Chowk is one small bazaar. Bazaar in Hindi, in Sanskrit, bazaar. Bazaar means a market in English. Market, bazaar. Like we have seen so many bazaars. In India, we have so many bazaars. Roop Bazaar, China Bazaar, Chandni Bazaar, Big Bazaar, like that, Sultan Bazaar in Hyderabad, especially. There's so many bazaars, marketplaces. So there in Calcutta, there was one bazaar called as Chandni Chowk. That is nothing but called as a merchandise center. So a small marketplace. For months, we had been saving our tiffin money to buy English clothes. So Yogda Maharaja started saving some little money. How much little? Little, little money. That we call it as a tiffin money. That means setting some small amount of money aside. Generally, what happens, which in our olden days also we used to do. Olden days means do not go to 1900, 1800, 1700s. Recently also in 1990s or 2000 or 2010, even today we save little money. Suppose mama is giving to go buy one chocolate, Out of that, 1 rupee, 2 rupees, or $1, $2, we save it and put it in our pocket. Like that, Yogda Maharaja also saved some tiffin money. So tiffin money is like, as we understood or relearned, this is a common custom wherein which we try to save little money, L-I-T-T-L-E, little money. Now, why he was saving Yogda Maharaja? Because to buy English clothes. Why English clothes? Now, this is a mystery. Knowing that my clever brother could easily play the part of a detective, we thought to outwit him by wearing European garb. Now, this is the most important uh, expression or statement by Yogda Maharaja. Why they were saving that little tiffin money is to buy English clothes. Why? Because his brother already is acting as a detective. And probably, if he can figure out Yogda Maharaja and his friends running away from home place to Himalayas, anything can happen. So that's the reason we thought to outwit him by wearing European garb. That means we have to take utmost care and very cautious that we should not be identified by anyone. Like that, Yogda Maharaja thought. On the way to the station, now look at that. So, slowly, Yogda Maharaja and Amar Mitter first went to Chandni Chowk. They bought some English clothes. From there, they have started their travel. So, where did they go? On the way to the station. So, they are slowly going to railway station. Station means railway station. We stopped for my cousin. See, Yogda Maharaja also, this we call it as satsanga. Yogda Maharaja alone he can go to Himalayas, but he's encouraging others also, because during some time, either it can be a playtime or some discussion points, Mitter, Amar Mitter and this Jatinda both would have told Yogda, Mukunda, we also wanted to see Himalayas. Like that, they would have told. That is the only one reason. This encouragement also and is inspiration. So Yogda Maharaja doesn't want to go alone. He did not want to go alone. So he also made an invitation or given an invitation to both of them. Like that, we stopped for my cousin. There is another third person called as Mr. Jatin Ghosh, whom I called Jatinda. So Yogda Maharaja very lovely used to call Jatinda. His full name is Jatin Ghosh. So now three people, Yogda Maharaja, Amar Mitter, and Jatinda. Three people now trying to fly or try to go to Himalayas. He was a new convert, longing for a guru in the Himalayas. Look at that. How? See, what happens in satsanga also, when you encourage and inspire someone in spiritual practices, you'll get lot of satisfaction. God will be very much pleased. God will be very much pleased if you encourage, inspire others to push them, push the soul, because body forgotten, but soul is awakened. So soul doesn't know. Soul is carving. Everyone is same in that case. So he also mentioned, Jatinda also mentioned, because he is also a new convert. What does it mean, new convert? He also wanted to see Himalayas and meet seers, meet yogis, meet sadgurus. So longing, oh, he was very much asking to Yogda Maharaja, please take me, like that. He donned the new suit we had in readiness. So immediately, because Yogda Maharaj already, he wore European garb, and Amar Bhaiya. Amar Bhaiya means in Hindi, Bhaiya, Bhayya, Bhaiya in Hindi. In English, brother. Of course, in our social media, everyone is calling bro, BRO, bro. No comments, no problem. BROTHER, brother. So this one, he donned the new suit we had in readiness. Both have already wore European garbs. But that means no one can figure them out. Now, they also, because the third person, Mr. Jatinda, he also should be ready. He also should be made ready. So that's the reason they have given which were very ready, the dresses. Some English dress, well camouflaged. We hoped a deep elation possessed our hearts. Now, this is inspiring. When someone really in spiritual sadhana, we call it as sadhana. In Hindi, sadhana. Sanskrit sadhana. Sadhana means practice, abhyasa, practice. In spirituality, we'll feel very happy if we wanted to go and meet our guru, and just no need of conversation. Looking at him physically, that's enough. That's the way the soul will be. We don't have words. It will be running after that. Hey, we want to meet Guru once, we want to meet Guru once, like that. The energy is countless, infinite. So, well camouflaged, we hoped. So, he also camouflaged. Every one of us know. Generally, the camouflaging is a classic example which will be used in military forces. You'd have seen that, for example, uh, uh, on we every one of us know that air force, naval force, and the ground force, military force, ground force. If you look at the ground force, for example, in India, almost it is a brown in color matching with the green. Why? Because when a military person enters into a dense forest, he can camouflage himself as if it will, the color which he is wearing will be mixed with the trees and plants and forest, like that to this. Just imagine. Oh, lot of science is there in that. Yogda Maharaja is telling almost Jatinda also has become an Englishman now by wearing that garb and English dress. What it is interesting is a deep elation possessed our hearts. A deep elation. No words. No words. That means bliss from inside. Going to Himalayas, meeting Guru. Generally, in Jainamaguna Sankirtana, Babaji Maharaj also is blessing to inform that across globe, there are so many holy places to visit. No comment on that. But one is for lifetime to be visited is Himalayas. 150%, because it we call it as Deva Bhumi. In Sanskrit or Hindi, we call it as Deva Bhumi. Bhumi means earthly. Deva means God. So the place of God and goddesses is Himalayas. Himalayas. Alaya, look at that. Alaya in Sanskrit, Alaya, Hindi, Alaya means temple. Himalayas. Hima temple. All sages, seers, yogis will be there deeply with the communion of God. However, now he says, all we need now are canvas shoes. Yogda Maharaja decided, oh, we are going to Himalayas, we need canvas shoes. I led my companions to a shop displaying rubber soled footwear. So see how grand it is. Yogda Maharaja is taking utmost care of his friends. That's what we have to relearn. That means when we are going for a spiritual ritual or a spiritual tour, everyone should have that love to the other one. We shouldn't find faults. Love to everyone within the group. How magic happens? No words. So Yogda Maharaja decided that yes, we need to have canvas shoes, and immediately he took all, I mean, these two friends who Amar brother, Amar Mitter brother, and Jatinda Ghosh. Both, all the three went to a rubber soled footwear shop. Articles of leather got only through the slaughter of animals should be absent on this holy trip. Decided. Yogda Maharaja decided. Because Yogda Maharaja is carrying a blanket, a pair of sandals, two loin clothes, and very importantly, beads to practice Nama Japa. and His Holiness Lahiri Mahashay's picture, and most importantly, the copy of Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna given the full essence to Arjuna, life essence, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Okay, another satsanga. Now, that is the reason he decided that no, no, what is no? Should be absent on the holy trip, the slaughter of animals. That means the leather should be absent because we are going to a holy place. It shouldn't be, we shouldn't buy them. So it also means that he was practicing pure, we shouldn't say, no problem. Now, I halted on the street to remove the leather cover from my Bhagavad Gita. Whatever is said, it has to be practiced. That's what we have to relearn. Look at that. Yogda Maharaja immediately, what did he do? First, he went to a shop and saw articles of leather, and he got a thought. No, no, no means no, no leather, because it has been made by slaughter of animals or got only through slaughter of animals. No. Then what did he do? He altered on the street to remove the leather cover. Bhagavad Gita was being covered by a leather wrap like that wrapper or something like a leather cover, and the leather straps from my English made solar topi. That means helmet. Solar topi. See how best. So leather has been removed. At the station, we bought tickets to Burdwan. So from Calcutta, first they went to this Chandni Chowk. From there, little to the station. In between, they have also shopped for leather shoes or some other items, and then slowly went to railway station and they bought tickets to Burdwan, where we planned to transfer for Haridwar in the Himalayan foothills. From Burdwan, they took tickets to Haridwar. So from Delhi, first Haridwar in India. From Haridwar, it is very easy to go to Himalayas, Uttarakhand. So they purchased tickets to till Haridwar. As soon as the train, like ourselves, was in flight, I gave utterance to a few of my glorious anticipations. As train is approaching them, filled with joyous moments, very joyous. Almost we could say, as Yogda Maharaja was telling, a deep elation. So as like ourselves, as soon as the train like ourselves was in flight, it is about to move, I gave utterance to a few of my glorious anticipations. Just imagine, I ejaculated. Yogda Maharaja is telling. That means suddenly, oh, everyone is looking at the train. Oh, chuk, 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 like that, it is coming with heavy force, fast. In that time, very forcefully ejaculated, very forcefully said. What did he say? Just imagine. Suddenly he said, we shall be initiated by the masters and experience the trance of cosmic consciousness. This is the divine word. See how importantly Yogda Maharaja is telling us to relearn. So that deep elation which is possessed in Yogda Maharaja heart, and of course other two friends, Amar Mitter and as well as Jatinda, Jatin Ghosh, but Yogda Maharaja very fondly calling him as Jatinda. So just imagine I ejaculated and says we shall be initiated by the masters and experience of the trance of cosmic consciousness, God communion. He says, Yogda Maharaja is telling us once we go to Himalayas and we meet the sages and my guru, of course, it has to be decided because Yukteswar Maharaj has not been blessed to give a physical darshan as of now, what Yogda Maharaja is telling. But however, he decided that with the face which was appearing in his ominous vision would become real. So he started thinking, oh, great masters will come and experience. Every one of us from Jayana Muguna Sankirtana should understand. Shivana doesn't know whether you have met those Sadgurus. Level next, not next level. Immediately transmitting the current will pass in the body. The moment you see RIGHT, right sage, right sage. But however, we also should be ready for that. If we are ready, then that vibe will come. If you are not ready, fully occupied with the material lives, material wishes, sorrow, guilt, hatred, jealousy, inner enemies, we will not get that vibe. So that's the reason every day we have to purify our brain, soul, train the brain. So he says we can enjoy that cosmic consciousness. Now, what is very much interesting to all of us to relearn what Mahavtar Babaji Maharaja and Yogda Maharaja says is you also extend what does it mean cosmic consciousness. Any one of us, I mean, any one of you know what do you mean by cosmic consciousness? Yeah, if you know, please write. Shivana will wait. If you know, write. Right means not RIGHT, right. Right. WRITE, right. Okay. Oh, so many people are writing. Hmm. What they are writing, it is not visible. Okay, no problem. Anyone? Okay. Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namaha. That is ultimate. That is ultimate. So, oh, many people are writing. Many people are writing, but we could not see. Bad luck. No problem. Oh God, one soul lifted himself and wrote it is God. Very good. G-O-O-D, good. Very good. God bless you. Oh, is it? God bless all of us. Very good. Very good. Now, let us understand. Oh, no, not understand. Let us relearn the cosmic consciousness. Generally, as per the masters, the cosmic consciousness is also called as universal consciousness. Number one, universal consciousness. Now, what does it mean? It is a state of being where the individual ego dissolves and one becomes directly aware of the infinite, that is the God, all pervading universal self. This is enlightenment. Very good. So, we will understand that we are not different from the creator. Oh, it requires lot of sadhana to get that. Because of delusion, we always feel to separate ourselves from the creator. Okay. So it is a generally our Paramahansa Yogananda Maharaja says that it is a foundational concept in integral yoga. So representing transition from the narrow separative ignorance of the individual mindset to a vast unified experience of the divine in all things. That is the ultimate reality. If you can see that, or if you can see divinity among all, that is ultimate, the Brahman state. Okay. So it means, of course, many saints make, they have contemporary views also, isn't it? But this cosmic consciousness generally the scholarly persons, we can say as scholarly persons, they define that this universal consciousness is some brief flash of light which appears and very transformative, like that. But most importantly, the self-realized soul, like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, it is the flash of light temporarily, which scholars say is not so. That should be permanent. That becomes permanent. And temporary ecstatic moods or experiences which evolve on a temporary basis is not so. The universal consciousness is permanent bliss. Sat Chit Anand. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. Of course, he also says that on the basis of generally non-duality, we call it as non-duality. Every one of us know that in Sanskrit, especially Indian scriptures say that is Advaita. So Advaita Vedanta says this non-duality, where he identifies it as self, the Atman or Brahman. Unlike the other system that treat as a special evolutionary stage. So what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says is, it is natural and eternal state. You dissolve your ego and find out who am I, and also see that remove the illusion I am the body. Oh, level next. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi state and beyond. Now, so there is a famous parable, a story from Sri Rama, Jagat Guru, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja, like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, which His Holiness Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said that scholarly people say that it is universal consciousness is only a flash of light, and they also define it as a temporary state or ecstatic mood and so on and so forth, but it is not so. The universal consciousness, the communion with God should be permanent, and it is blissful state. Like that, our Jagat Guru Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja also says that cosmic consciousness is famously told in many satsangas to his disciples. So he says, His Holiness Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja says that this state is not just a mental concept, or uh, it's not a mental concept. It is complete dissolution of the individual ego into the infinite. So that is nothing but called as Sat Chit Anand. Yeah, anyone can write what do you mean by Sat Chit Anand? Sat means truth. What is truth? Existence. Sat. Chit, consciousness or knowledge, or we can say wisdom. Very good. Truth, wisdom, and bliss. Very good. Of course. Typo error. One devotee wrote bless. Okay, bless me, bless me. Bliss, B-L-I-S-S, bliss. Sat Chit Anand. Existence, knowledge, and bliss. So, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa Maharaja often used to say every day with a classic example of milk to achieve that universal consciousness, because it is not a temporary state. So he explains with a small story with the four stages of milk consumption. Does anyone know about that? No problem. So Shivana requests to make a note of that. The four stages. The first stage is Ajnana. Ajnana in Sanskrit, Ajnana. Ajnana means ignorance. Stage one. Now stage two. Ajnana is one. Stage two, Jnana. Jnana. Jnana means knowledge. Ajnana, ignorance. Jnana, knowledge. And third one, Vijnana. Third stage is Vijnana. That means realization or fuller knowledge, wisdom. So, Ajnana, Jnana, Vijnana. Ignorance, knowledge, and realization. Right? Taking this three stages. Of course, the fourth stage is ultimate, which is permanent. So, first stage, ajnana, ignorance. For example, in satsanga, one of the devotees asked Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja, Maharaja, what does it mean, universal consciousness? How one can achieve it, or it can be achieved? You said that it is not a temporary or temporary state; it is permanent bliss. Then Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja used to say with a small story like this. For Ajnana, a group of people, like some devotees, were sitting in the holy premises of Dakshineshwar, in holy premises or in the holy presence of Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja. So there was a person who has heard only heard about milk. So he knew that milk exists. He knows that milk, milk, milk. Yes, buffalo milk, cow milk, like that. He knows. Of course, goat milk, he knows it. Now, so, and more importantly, he also knows that milk is white in color and very nourishing, but very unfortunate. He did not see the milk, but he knows that milk exists. It may be it is in white in color. So this person is called as Ajnani, ignorance. Why? Because very importantly, Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja used to say that this devotee or this person heard about milk. They might talk about God or truth based on here and there, hearsay, but they have no idea what the God actually is, the divine is. They live in total darkness, disconnected from the reality of the subject, ignorant. Ignorance. They heard about milk, they heard about it. White in color. Oh, someone told it nourishes. Buffalo milk, cow milk, goat milk, camel milk, for example, like that. He heard about it. But they might talk, they don't have the they don't have any idea what actually the God is or the divine is. Now comes to Jnana. That means knowledgeable person. So in that group of devotees, one another devotee. So he knew it several times. Mummy, mother in the kitchen, she's also making some recipes by milk. And she also gives every day morning a glass of milk. Of course, it can be also jar of milk. We don't know. So every day she's giving, and he knew it. That he saw it in a pot, and he realized that, oh, milk white in color. He's started trying to describe it, and he knows it. Oh, very good. For he also can differentiate this milk very thick buffalo cow milk, like that. So he started describing it by learning through scriptures, by learning through seeing it, perceiving it, knowing it. Like that, he would have studied about God, got inspired, and is willing to attend satsangas and namaguna sankirtanas, visiting gurus. He knew it, and to majority of extent, he decides that, or he decided himself, God alone is real. They have reached it. So what Thakur says, Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja says is, these people with jnana, knowledge, they have reached the top of the floor or top of the roof of the house. Like that we can think, roof of the house. So the first person, ground floor, ajnana, ignorance. He only he haven't seen any time what is milk, but he heard about it. Somewhere he saw it. or he could not even recollect that, but he knew it somewhere. He would have studied milk will be in white in color, like that to this. No, the second person, the gnana, knowledgeable person, he also thinks, yes, God is real. So, but he knew it, God is real. But what happens? Because of delusion, because of over dominance of Maya, Maya means delusion, there will be still feel of separation between themselves and the milk, that is the God. They know God exists because they kept on visiting ashramas, they kept on visiting gurus, they're reading scriptures, but profoundly they haven't experienced the power of God. They know it. These are knowledgeable persons. Gnana. Now comes most importantly, Vijnana, the realization. So finally, there is another person who has not only seen the milk, but also he drank it. So what happens by drinking it? The milk becomes part of their very blood, isn't it? Bone, blood, and it becomes a being. It gives them strength and joy. What happens? The nourishment is supplementing his health. So he could experience it. Vijnana. That means he is a Vijnani. The Vijnani doesn't know that only God exists. They live in constant communion with the divine. They see that the same God who is up there on the roof is also down there in the stairs, the walls, and the people around, and in the universe. And to them, everything is God. Everything is milk. Everything is God. They don't find any separation between them and the divine. They feel everything is only God. That's the way Vijnani. So he says, Thakur says that Jnana is knowing that God and it is in the heart of all things. Then Vijnana is an ability to talk to God, play with the God, see the God presence everywhere, even in ordinary parts of the world. That is the ultimate. So, Ajnana, Jnana, Vijnana. Ignorance, knowledge, and wisdom, realization. These three stages, very, very important. So God is blessing us. Yes, any doubts? Very happy, no doubts. So God bless all of us. Nama Guna Sankirtana, we are getting delayed. Some Nama. शिवाय गुरवे रुद्राय नमः 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 नमः शिवाय 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 शिवाय गुरवे रुद्राय नमः 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 Shivaya Gurave Rudraya Namah. 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 Shivaya 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 Gurave Bhagya Namah. 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 Shivaya 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 Gurave Rudraya Namah. 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 Shivaya Rudraya Namah. Hari. Oh, lot of time. Shivarna wanted, Jaina Mukunda Sankirtana wanted to know really how many devotees are sitting who had a bath, applied some tilak, and sitting as if you are doing meditation, as if you are doing real bhajan at your home place. If it is more than three, then we will do one Nama Guna Sankirtana bhajan session. At least three people, Brahma, Vishnu, Mageshwara. If three people say, yes, Shivanna, we had a bath and almost we're seeing it as very sanctified and as if we are physically present there. One, two, okay, two people. Oh, three people, four people. Yes. Five people. Very good. Very good. Oh, the Samastha Guru Mandali is very happy. Please. Very good. Very good. Six, seven. Very good. Eight. Aha. Shivana is happy. Babaji is happy. That is what. Just we are not doing it for time push. We are doing real tapasya, austerity. Really. It is not for just pushing the time. We know that. Oh, more than seven people means Babaji is very happy. Oh, it's not a joke. Wow, excellent. More than eight people. Yes. So we have to pray Lord Ganesha also. Very nice. Very nice. ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ 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 ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ 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 ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక సౌఖ్య విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక సౌఖ్య విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, 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 గౌరీతనయ వినాయక, శంకర పాలిత వినాయక, గౌరీతనయ వినాయక, శంకర పాలిత వినాయక, గణపత హే వినాయక, మూషిక వాహన వినాయక, గణపత హే వినాయక, మూషిక వాహన వినాయక, త్రిపుర సంపత్త వినాయక, సూక్ష్మ శుభుద్ధి వినాయక, త్రిపుర సంపత్త వినాయక, సూక్ష్మ శుభుద్ధి వినాయక, విజ్ఞానేశ్వర వినాయక, విశ్వారాధ్య వినాయక, విజ్ఞానేశ్వర వినాయక, విశ్వారాధ్య వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, మోదకహస్త వినాయక, మోద విదాయ వినాయక, మోదహస్త వినాయక, మోద విదాయ వినాయక, చంద్రోల్లాసక వినాయక, శాస్త్రచంద్ర వినాయక, చంద్రోల్లాసక వినాయక, శాస్త్రచంద్ర వినాయక, పునర్జీవిత వినాయక, పూర్ణకృపాలయ వినాయక, పునర్జీవిత వినాయక, పూర్ణకృపాలయ వినాయక, దానవ సంహార వినాయక, దైవదర్శక వినాయక, దానవ సంహార వినాయక, దైవదర్శక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక సౌఖ్య విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక సౌఖ్య విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, బాహు చతుష్క వినాయక, భావ మనోక వినాయక, బాహు చతుష్క వినాయక, భావ మనోక వినాయక, ఆశాంకుధర వినాయక, రథవరదాద్య వినాయక, ఆశాంకుధర వినాయక, రథవరదాద్య వినాయక, చందనరంజిత వినాయక, హస్తాంబరధర వినాయక, చందనరంజిత వినాయక, హస్తాంబరధర వినాయక, లంబోదర హే వినాయక, వామన రూప వినాయక, లంబోదర హే వినాయక, వామన రూప వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, విఘ్న వినాశక విధాయక, విశ్వ విభావక వినాయక, నాగాలంకృత వినాయక, నానా రూప వినాయక, నాగాలంకృత వినాయక, నానా రూప వినాయక, పురుషద్రూప వినాయక, శిక్షవణ హే వినాయక, పురుషద్రూప వినాయక, శిక్షవణ హే వినాయక, గంభీరాక్షర వినాయక, గంభీరాక్ష వినాయక, గంభీరాక్షర వినాయక, గంభీరాక్ష వినాయక, ఓంకారాఖ్య వినాయక, వక్రతుండ వినాయక, ఓంకారాఖ్య వినాయక, వక్రతుండ వినాయక, సర్వాదృశి వినాయక, సచ్చిదానంద వినాయక, సర్వాదృశి వినాయక, అపజినంద వినాయక, సర్వాదృశి వినాయక, అపజినంద వినాయక, 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 వినాశక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక, 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 విఘ్న వినాశక వినాయక. హరి. Lord Ganesha is very, very happy. If Lord Ganesha is happy, Mata Parvati, the mother of mothers, divine mother, is very, very happy. So Lord Shiva, always in dancing pose, then only world is alive. So Lord Shiva, always in dancing pose. భీం శంకర తకదిమి శంకర ఉద్ధత నాట్య ప్రసిద్ధి సముద్దర శంకర తాండవ శంకర తాండవ శంకర శంకర తకదిమి శంకర ఉద్ధత నాట్య ప్రసిద్ధి సముద్దర శంకర తాండవ శంకర తాండవ శంకర शंकर तकदी शंकर उद्धतनाट्य प्रसिद्धि समुद्र शंकर तांडव शंकर तांडव Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara 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 Uttaranatya Prasiddham Shankara Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara Mamakamama Shankara Lila Palita Shankara Mamakamama Shankara Lila Palita Shankara Yate Shankara Anam Sati Shankara Yate Shankara Anam Sati Shankara Anam Sati Shankara 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 Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara Shankara Takadi Shankara Uttaranatya Samastha Shankara Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara Napanavati Kalayati Nityam Shankara Napanavati Kalayati Nityam Shankara Ajanta Puti Chuntam Dusham Pavakila Nityam Shankara Ajanta Puti Chuntam Dusham Pavakila Nityam Shankara Pavakila Nityam Shankara Pavakila Nityam Shankara Shankara Takadi Tanati Prasiddhi Shankara Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara Shankara Takadi Shankara Tanati Prasiddhi Shankara Taandava Shankara Taandava Shankara Shankara Pade Pade Nuttam Bhati Shankara Pade Pade Nuttam Bhati Shankara Apsalnashile Dev Apsalnashile Dev Connection Nuttam Bhati Shankara Connection Nuttam Bhati Shankara Taandava Shankara Shamatmar Chirechitab Shamatmar Chirechitab Nananuvaditri Nananuvaditri Manohara Shankara Manohara Shankara Siddhanta Tavanvatyam Abhaji Ananta Tavanvatyam Abhaji Ananta Tavanvatyam Abhaji Ananta Tavanvatyam Abhaji Ananta Tavanvatyam Shri Rama Krishna Paramahansa Maharaja Tavanvatyam Shri Rama Krishna Paramahansa Maharaja Tavanvatyam Shri Rama Krishna Paramahansa Maharaja Tavanvatyam 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 Shankara Takadi Shankara Uttaranatya Prasiddhi Shankara तांडव शंकर तांडव शंकर तांडव शंकर. Why? Because Shivaya Gurabher Praya Namaha, 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 Shivayam 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 Shivayam, 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 Shivaya Gurave Babaji Namah, 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 Shivayam, 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 Shivaya Gurabher Puraya Namaha, Shivaya Gurabher Puraya Namaha, Shivaya Gurabher Puraya Namaha. Hari. Oh, Amma says, O Jayanama Guna Sankirtana, praise Amma. Like that Ganesha is telling. Amma. Amma is, we know, four Vedas. Four Vedas. So, Amma, Samaveda. Like that we have to think. Appaji has written. He experienced it himself. Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Rikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Pave Jaya Jaya Pavani Ave Jaya Jaya Pavani Samagana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Pave Jaya Jaya Pavani Ave Jaya Jaya Pavani Shubha Charite Shuchi Hasite Magesha Udaya Gauchi Vidite Shubha Charite Shuchi Hasite Magesha Udaya Gauchi Vidite Sudanala Jate Sudan Sami Brahmi Manasuri Bhat Sudanala Jate Sudan Sami Brahmi Manasuri Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Bhave Jaya Jaya Bhavani Bhave Jaya Jaya Bhavani Madatamane Harishamane Vinita Sumati Shubhatamane Madatamane Harishamane Vinita Sumati Shubhatamane Shubhiktikane Vikaltamane Swayam Samane Shubhishadapane Shubhiktikane Vikaltamane Swayam Samane Shubhishadapane Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi Viparikta Bhave Jaya Jaya Bhavani Ave Jaya Jaya Bhavani Rata Varade Baba Simude Vitanta Magadi Uchirapade Rata Varade Baba Simude Vitanta Magadi Uchirapade Bhuvana Kande Shruti Makarande Prasajati Chidan Bhuvana Kande Shruti Makarande Prasajati Aitan Apaji Babaji Paramata Ananta Samadana Lula Sumadrati Vidi शूलि भरित सामगानलूलसमस्तपीपिनी शूलि भरित भावे जय जय पावनि ललित भावे जय जय पावनि ललिते ललिते लालिते amma. Why? Because jai jai taramata jai jai taramata jai jai taram jai jai taramata jai jai taramata jai jai taram jai jai taram jai jai taramata jai jai taramata jai jai taram 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 jai jai taramata jai jai taramata jai jai taramata jai jai Samastha Hari. So, Datta Anugraha, Samastha Guru Mandali Anugraha, because time is short. समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, अनघा दत्त महाराज की जय, अनघा दत्त महाराज की जय, तोरा माता की जय, तोरा माता की जय, तोरा माता की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय.